Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. All of you who are new to my channel, my name is Rajat. I have like 13 plus years of experience, worked with multiple multinational bank across the globe. I have worked for US, Europe, and Australia. And throughout this journey, I have been using so many different tools. But today we are going to talk about GenAI because recently in 2025 and 26 especially, I have been noticing that GenAI has been incorporated in all the sectors. So similarly, GenAI has been coming in the credit risk, market risk, and ultimately banking risk domain. Okay. So let's start with the directly discussion. So what is GenAI? So GenAI is a combination of two words. One is Gen, then second is your AI. Gen stands for generative. So where you are generating something. AI stands for artificial intelligence. Now that artificial intelligence where you are generating something. So you could be generating any image, you could be generating any video, or you could be generating any text document. Just like ChatGPT, whenever you give the ChatGPT a command, they are generating text for you, they are replying to you in the form of text. Okay. So now Gen AI is a artificial intelligence where you are going to generate something. Output would be in any format. Okay. Now that is a simple definition. But before going there, we need to understand from where Gen AI has been originated. Now, to understand that, let's understand the superset. What is the biggest superset? That is AI, conventional AI. Now, what is AI? AI means that AI is capable of doing what a human can also do. That is AI. From AI, machine learning was originated. Machine learning means when machine is learning from the past or historical data, and then you are able to achieve something basically on the trained data. You're training the machine on a data and then you're generating the output. From machine learning, deep learning was born. Deep learning is totally dependent on neural networks. Now, what are neural networks? So just like we human have brain, in brain there are a complete circuit. You think for something, it travels through your brain. Then you say, let's say you want to pick up something. You will think about it in your brain, but your hand is doing it. So there are neurons which are running in your mind, right? Which are telling your muscles also that we have to pick up this pen, particularly which Rajat is holding. Now, that is the neural network concept which came in the existence in the deep learning. Okay. Now there is training involved. Obviously, there is a complete neural network concept involved. So that is deep learning. Now, after deep learning, the next thing comes is Gen AI. That is generative AI. As of now, all these methods were working on the training data. We are training the data on something, then we are applying some algorithms, and then that is giving us or predicting the output or either generating something in terms of the output. Again, now Gen AI is specifically designed for generating the things. You are getting the output in your desired format. Just like if you want ChatGPT to generate a PDF, it will generate. If you go to, let's say, Gemini, you can ask, or Nano Banana model is there in Google. If you tell Nano Banana that I want an image of myself standing with Akshay Kumar holding my hand, that is generating a very good image. So all these LLMs like ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or Grok, all of them have their own kind of market. Like Google is working more on the images at the moment, and ChatGPT is more on the descriptive part, and Claude is targeting more and more enterprises. That's why Claude has suddenly become very big. And you might have heard that Anthropic is like growing very fast, right? So OpenAI and Anthropic both are the pioneer in this segment. Now here comes the Gen AI. Okay. So to understand Gen AI is of three types again, right? So Gen AI based on three things. One is your GAN based, okay, then your VAE based, then your transformers. So these are the three method you are generating something. Now, conventional AI, which is this, it learns from the training data, while the generative AI directly produce the output without any training. That is the biggest difference between these two. Okay. So that is to understand the background of it. Now, We might have heard that there are chatbot in the market. So what is a chatbot? Or the biggest example is, let's take the example, ChatGPT. Widely used, everybody is using it, just like earlier they used to use Google. Now everybody is using ChatGPT. Now, what is ChatGPT? Okay, so it's a chatbot ultimately that uses the LLM. Okay, it uses LLM, that is your large language model. This LLM is a model which is trained on the billions and trillions of data lines. That's why it's known as a large language model. Okay, and it is designed to naturally understand all the data, the user commands. Okay, to understand natural language by using this LLM in ChatGPT and then generating specific type of content. So what is the output? A content. You can ask ChatGPT to design your daily timetable. You can ask ChatGPT to tell that I want to learn Python. Give me a timetable. I can learn Python in 3 weeks. Anything like that. Okay. So that's where this chatbot came into existence. That users are giving the commands. So chatbot can act like a human. Like the way you call a human, you ask that how's the weather in your area. They reply to you after checking the data, right? They look at the sky, that is the data. Now LLM is doing that all by the data available on the internet. Okay. Now obviously this question will come, what is LLM? Can you tell us little more in detail? So LLM is what? LLM is it's a neural network trained on a massive data. When I say massive, it's not only 1 GB, 2 GB, it's like huge data. So LLM is a neural network trained on the massive data. LLM is AI system pattern. Okay, like the how AI is learning all these patterns. So LLM is AI system learning pattern from data and generate or predict next token by transformer based neural networks. Okay, so it's a transformer based neural network. We will write NN, which generate tokens and reply users. Now transformer neural network tokens, we will understand everything, don't worry. Okay, so now you can reply that what is LLM. Okay, so anybody ask you what is LLM, you can say it's a neural network based transformer generated. Okay, and it works on the tokenization. Whatever we say to the chatbot, everything is broken into small tokens. That's why we call them tokens. I will explain it to you more in detail. Now to understand, see, the biggest player in this market, which are the biggest players? OpenAI, then Claude, then Gemini, and then Copilot. All of them comes from a different background. ChatGPT is from OpenAI. Claude is giving solutions to the enterprise and selling it much more in much more dollars, right? So it's earning so much. Then Google Gemini is more focused on the images. They are generating good images, but output is not. If you're asking them any text-based question, it's not that good. But Copilot has again an advantage. It's from Microsoft. Copilot has been already integrated in all the industries. So in all the company, you will see Excel already integrated with Copilot. Now you just have to write a command, give me a VBA code for so and so. It's directly generating that. Similarly, Copilot has been integrated in Power BI also, guys. I have seen that. So similarly, Copilot has been integrated with so many already tools because it's from Microsoft and Microsoft is already there in all of our system. So Microsoft is trying to bundle Copilot with other products and sell it to the users. Okay. That's That is why you are seeing that Copilot has been coming so fast in the market compared to the other one. Okay, in the industry they're using it. Now these are the most famous one. Okay, if you talk about any Chinese and all of them, they are not used in company because nobody trusts those. They are pretty much thinking, the companies or enterprise are completely thinking that we cannot trust the Chinese LLM at the moment at least. Okay, now to understand LLM, you need to understand one diagram of neural network. So here is my input. I am the user. I have some files. These are my, let's say, PDF file or Excel file or anything. These are my files. Now let's generate a neural network. How a neural network looks like. So inside the brain, some of you might have seen YouTube videos that it's a complete complex situation inside, right? It's a circuit based one. So it's all of these are associated with each other. They are acting as a network and they are passing the information from one neuron to the other neuron. Now this input goes to neuron. Okay, this is kind of a complex structure which is there. The whole network is known as neural network. An individual dot is neuron. It does all the processing on that command or the file which you are putting, and then it generates the output. So this is kind of a structure which neural network usually follow. Okay. Now, what are the key points to remember here? In neural network, you need to remember under LLM couple of things. Okay. They are basically trained on humongous or huge data. When I say huge, it's in multiple TBs or even more than like petabytes, zettabytes, all that data. Billions of rows are there when your model is getting trained. That's why all these LLM, the name itself is large language model, right, guys? So that we need to justify. Then there is a massive, I'm using all these words, right? Massive neural network is used here. That is again transformer based. This is something you need to remember. Then third is, in all these LLM we do fine tuning. Like no model is perfect. We are still training the model which is already there. Okay. So it's more user targeted. More user targeted. So that more and more customer we can acquire using this LLM, and it should be fine tuned over a period of time. Now these are the couple of key points which all of you should remember. Now, when I said that we are asking neural networks to do something in this step. So we are writing something, we are giving a prompt. Now to understand this prompt, there is a term you all would be hearing, that is prompt engineering. So many people are making this term very complex. Okay. Prompt engineering is nothing. It's asking a specific question in a certain style. That is known as a prompt engineering. The command, those commands which you are giving, commands you give to, for example, ChatGPT, the more you will fine tune them, that is known as prompt engineering. Now, for example, if you are telling ChatGPT, give me a, or you just write schedule to learn Python. I'm giving you a live example of prompt engineering, how to understand. Now, this is a very bad prompt. This is something you should not write. You should be writing schedule to learn Python within 3 months, and only for data science, and I can give 2 hours daily in evening after 8 p.m. Now, guys, can you see the difference in the text, right? This is again a prompt number 1. Same thing. This is a prompt number 2. Now, when you'll give this kind of prompt, okay, you're specifying everything. There is a specificity involved in this. If you see, so we are mentioning 3-month timeline only for data science. I don't want to learn complete Python. I only want to learn data science. Or even if you want to web development, you write web development, okay? And I can give only 2 hours after 8 p.m. So there are so many detailed things here, right? Now the neural network would be able to think much more in depth, and they will give you so refined output that you will be able to easily grasp it. Now, this is simply known as prompt engineering, okay? So there is no hypothetical and complex terms involved. Now, one thing I mention on the top is tokens. I mentioned this word. To understand token, you need to understand embeddings. What is embeddings? Okay. So whenever I am giving machine any command, that machine is breaking that command into multiple chunk. Okay. That is single chunk is known as token. What is embedding? Machine don't understand the text. Obviously, computer works on the language of 0 and 1, right? So they don't work on English, let's say. System doesn't understand, or to be specific, computer don't understand the English, right? So we give them numbers only. We give in the form of 0 and 1. But that is not something we are typing. So that's where embedding comes into picture. Embeddings convert your language to a token. Now, in this prompt, if you see, schedule to learn, all of them are individual token. Token number 1, token number 2, token number 3, then Python is token number 4, within token number 5, then 3 is token number 6, month is token number 7. So similarly, I hope you understood, right? So every word individually is known as a token, and system give them numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now in the back end, computer converts all of that into form of 0 and 1, which you don't understand. You don't need to understand. Even I don't need to understand. In the back end, system is doing all of this. So we don't need to think about it. We just need to understand that what is embedding, what are the tokens. Okay. So numbers are assigned to individual token, and this whole process of tokenization together is known as embeddings. In LLM, embeddings are very important. Otherwise, it cannot understand what the human is trying to say. Now, we spoke about the fine tuning. So we have done the tokenization. Now, fine tuning much more in detail. So we train LLM on specific domain. For better results. Now, this is again very important, guys. Why it's important? Because we are training this existing LLM for a specific domain. Now, some people are working in the banking, right? Then there are some people who are working in FMCG. Some people are working in healthcare. So that is the reason all these industry want to have their own LLM and they don't want to get disruptive because of the generic LLM. So that's why fine tuning comes to picture. The trained model, right? The fine tuned model would be able to generate a better output for that particular domain. Okay, that's why all the companies are working so much on LLM, so that that particular LLM can be specified for their own industry and that can be the master of their needs. Now this fine tuning which we do is of three types. Three type of fine tuning we do. Number one is self supervised. This is number one. Then is the supervised. The third is the reinforcement. Now, what is the difference in three of them? Three type of fine tuning. So these are the type of that. Now, if you see self-learning, what is self-learning here? Self-learning is a domain-wise fine-tuning. Like healthcare domain, banking domain, or FMCG domain, all of them are training their own specific LLM. So that is a self-supervised, like you're doing that. Okay. Then we have a supervised one. In supervised one, you have a labeled data. What is the meaning of labeled data? Labeled data means that you have the columns available. Okay. So basically you have all the column name and you would be training your model on the basis of individual column, but that would be generic again. Okay. In self-supervised, it's like more domain specific. It's a generic one than in supervised one. What is reinforcement? Reinforcement means your LLM is learning over a period of time. So reinforcement, the biggest example is like you are training your dog. You're asking your dog, come, 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 eat, eat, eat. So every day whenever you do come, 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 the dog is going to come. Okay. And they are going to eat. So that is over a period of time. You cannot define that I can teach my dog within 3 days. There's no specificity here. So the fine tuning is of three type. Okay. So basically, every team in different companies have to do fine tuning. Now every team need to do as per the need. Simple. But fine tuning is of three type. Okay. Now one more important topic, very much famous. All of you might have heard about it. RAG. Everybody talks about RAG. Everybody makes it a kind of a big deal. Okay. So what is the full form of RAG? Number one is Retrieval Augmented Generation. What is the meaning of this? This is a very commonly and widely used term in the field of AI. Now, what is the meaning of retrieval? Retrieval means from the local sources. Just to understand, remember this. Retrieval, retrieving the data from the local sources. Then augmented means add facts. Okay. To user question. Generation means, okay, AI will write a response on the fresh data. Write fresh response. So that's where RAG come into the picture. RAG means Retrieval Augmented Generation. That means your LLM is searching the data on the local sources. Local sources can be anything. Then they are adding their own facts to that. Then they are writing the fresh response for the user so that user can understand it completely. Okay. That's the full form of RAG. Now, there is a problem which everybody faces. That's why we use all this. What is the problem? The problem is that we are very limited on the knowledge. Okay, so the knowledge is having a cutoff date in all the LLMs. This is very important concept, guys. Cutoff of LLM. All these models are trained on a certain period of time. Okay, so similarly, when you are actually asking a question, now there is a large language model which was trained only for 2022. You are asking a question from 1985. That LLM won't be able to answer that. Now the thing is that LLM need to search again on internet, okay, or the local resources available on the internet, and then try to respond to you. So that date when the LLM was trained on Jan 22 till December 22. So this December 22 is known as the cutoff date. So this is a problem. Now to solve this problem, we use RAG, right? Now you can make sense, right? Because RAG again would be checking, because the model is not been trained on that data, but RAG would go to the local sources and it will try to get some output for all the user. Okay. Again, one more thing, this LLM won't be having any access to your private data. It cannot access your driving license, it cannot access your passport. So don't ask those details regarding the property details, the policy details, or the documentation of the companies, your own documentation. Nothing sort of that, you will get an answer. Okay, that is one more thing to remember. Now to understand little bit on the architecture side, let's build the architecture, how this functionality works. So in the architecture, first of all, I have a file. I am the user. User is sitting here. Okay. Now that file, how this whole functionality works of GenAI and LLM, that is something you need to understand. You have a file. I gave this file as a user. Now the first thing is system will create tokens. These are known as chunks also. Ultimately use token word. Then this whole tokenization is happening. So embeddings taking place. Embeddings has created a kind of individual tokens now that need to be processed. So embedding will send all of this to vector store on the server. Vector store is a repository where you would be storing, or where you would be redirecting all your commands, and vector store would be actually working on the LLM on the backend. Okay. So after vector store will rank the result in terms of priority. Rank results. Now comes the brain of everything, that is LLM, or you can simply call it ChatGPT, Grok, Claude. All of them are here in this whole architecture. Then LLM will give a result. LLM is generating the result. Now this result will go to whom? User. This came to me as a user. Now as a user, I can again query. I can ask a subsequent question, right? Or I can be happy here, I can close it here itself. But I can ask again questions. This will again go to vector store. So this whole architecture would be constantly working. That's how this whole pipeline of Agentic AI works. Okay. Or GenAI to be specific. Agentic AI will understand now. So I hope this architecture was clear to you. If you have any question, ask in the comment section. We'll reply to that. Let's rephrase it quickly. File, chunks, tokenization, embedding complete, vector store, the mind, the processor basically went to the ranking the results in priority, that what we need to reply. Then LLM works. LLM checks the data as per the training. give the results to user have the time to query or be happy with the results. Simple. Now let's talk about another important term, that is agentic AI. So we spoke about RAG, okay, that the complete structure, right? Now let's talk about agentic AI. What is agentic AI? Now to understand agentic AI, I want to give you a very simple example, okay? Let's say I am Rajat. I am going to travel Thailand. So I have two ways. Number one is I design by my whole itinerary, my planning by myself. Okay, number one. Number two is I call a travel agent who will ask me all the detail at once. What is your budget? How many days you want to go? How many people are going? All those details. You have a passport? Yes, we have a passport. Everything, all those things. Now you tell the travel agent, you design the itinerary for me. I have given you my budget. I have given you the dates. Now you tell me what are the best places to visit. On day one, where should I go? Day two, where should I go? I should not miss on anything. All that. Now that is a agentic AI. That is a agent. Similarly, in real world, it's a travel agent. In the world of AI, that is known as a agentic AI or a agent. Simple. So that AI is known as the AI which is doing all of this. That is agentic AI. And the individual agent which you are creating, let's say using Python and all, who is designed specifically for this particular task, is known as a agent. Okay, that's the simplification of this. Now let's try to understand this also with the help of a diagram. So in agentic AI, I am the user. So first of all, user only coming. User is giving the command to agent. In your mind, you should think about a travel agent. So I gave the command to the travel agent. Okay. Now what travel agent will do? Travel agent will plan. They have the specificity from me. Then they will ask me to take actions. Sir, please transfer some amount, 20% at least before the booking so that we can proceed further. Or every individual agent will have their own kind of actions, right? Now the brain comes, LLM, designing the whole itinerary. In Thailand, you need to go to Pattaya. You need to take a complete massage. Okay. So all of those things like the itinerary detail, that is a brain thing, right? They need to think about it that nothing should be missed when Rajat is going to Thailand. So all that is happening in the LLM part. Then there is a term called memories. It will store the things for you on a paper. It will send you a PDF. The agent will send you a PDF or something. That's why I have memorized, I have documented everything. Okay. So for that, the agent would be using some tools also. They would be using their individual tools to shortlist the things, right? Then similarly, agent have a tool. Then the last thing is the feedback. Here the agent from AI will also ask for your feedback. And similarly, the agent from the travel agency also ask your feedback. That's how the thing works. So this is the structure to the agentic AI. Now, the way your travel agent was working for you, similarly, an AI agent is working for you. Now, let's take a real life example. So, you created a agent. What is the task you are giving? So, daily basis, you are receiving a file in the form of CSV from your client. The client store the file to a shared drive folder. So earlier in manual thing, every day one team member will log into their portal, then will download the file to the local drive. Then you will run a Python code on it. That's how it was working. Now you can build an agent. Agent will do all this. I don't need to log into my system. Agent will go to the place. Authentication will be done like ID, the login ID and the password. Agent will be having that, and then that can pull the file to the local system, and then automatically agent will trigger the Python code. So all that can be automated, right? That's where the use of the agentic AI is coming, and all the companies want to use agentic AI, agentic AI. They want to build agent for every single small thing. That's why in future the software engineering testing field are also in danger, because the things would be automated, so there would be less need of people who are doing the manual work. Simple. Okay. Now, to understand the use case, I gave you one example. You can build your own use case also from whatever industry you are. Put it in the comment section and we'll build a use case for that. Let's be more interactive. Whatever it is, like banking or insurance or telecom, whatever industry you belongs, right? Now I would suggest all of you also to understand a little bit more on Google, that how to build a chatbot at local. Try to build your own chatbot. Why I'm not building? Because this is a complete fundamental based session, and again there is a cost involved when you are using the API from ChatGPT and all. You need to add some minimum $5 to $6. In the upcoming session also I will maybe trying to do that and help you understand how to build a agent for your own self. Okay, but I would tell you that there are some different library from Python which are getting used in this area, and all of that material is totally handy on Google. You don't need to be very much paying for that. Okay, so all those things are easily available for you. Now whenever you are building the agent or anything in AI, there are certain responsibilities. Whenever you're using the AI, responsibility are that there should be no gender biasness. Your model should not be taking any decision on the basis of the gender biasness. Uh, that has been noticed couple of times in the research study, that there are some LLM which are trained by certain males. So those are when the HR was using those model for the selection process, those model were not selecting female candidates. All of that you can Google about that. Okay, then make sure there is no hate word involved there. So there is no hate speech in your models, in your AI framework. Morality should be there. That's very important. Then deep fakes, the fake images of a individual person or any celebrities, should not be doing that. That can actually lead you in trouble, a lot of trouble. Then the privacy breach. You should not be doing any privacy breach for any individual or any companies. Okay, so now to conclude this session, guys, I will try to summarize couple of things. Okay, in the future we all would be seeing so many things coming. Like the next thing after agentic AI is AGI. Nobody knows about it, how AGI is going to work, but on a layman language, let's try to bifurcate. So first of all, we had the normal AI and ML. Okay. Then we had deep learning. Then we have this Gen AI and LLM. After that, we saw agentic AI, where you are creating your individual agent, your slaves, and they are doing the things for you. The next is AGI. You can Google it if you want to understand more in detail. I am going to tell you. Okay, so AI and ML was number one, it was rule based. So there was pre-training data, then there were some certain rules, so rules were always followed. It was statistics based, regression, classification, all those models we were using here. Okay, and we were defining manual features. So we were checking all the column name by our own hand. We were doing exploratory data analysis, all those things we were performing here. Now in deep learning, you have the brain is neural network. Okay, that learn feature selection automatically because it has a brain. So you don't need to think and tell that these are the feature I am going to use. Then comes the Gen AI. What is Gen AI? As I said, it creates output. Gen AI creates the output. Simple, in any form. Okay, and it is very conversation based and it is very interactive. So that's why it's different. Like each type of revolution of AI is different from each other, right? Now the agentic AI, it has a plan and action. The brain is LLM itself, okay? But they have a plan and action also. They can use tools. They can use like when you are scheduling your Python code. So they are using Python as a tool. Python is a tool, right? So similarly, they have multi-step decision. So they can take multi-step decision. So that is agentic AI. And what is AGI? AGI is going to be robots which are going to actually be equivalent to the human being. That's where this AGI is going, right? All these robots, humanoid robots, all those things are coming, right? Now, this is the end of this video, guys. But to make this video, the logic which I was thinking, that everybody is talking about the big terms, but nobody is making us understand that what are the fundamentals. So these are the fundamentals. Now, after learning all this, when you go to a course, when you go to learn a course for agentic AI or Gen AI, or you're going to build any LLM model, the journey is going to be easy for you. Okay, so that was my objective. Now, on that note, I hope you like the video. If you like the video, you like my content, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. All the best.
वाह बहुत नीचा आदमी यहाँ तो नीचे धरती में कोई न होएगा